Human behavior flows from three main sources: desire, emotion, and knowledge. Music is the movement of sound to reach the soul for the education of its virtue. In politics, we presume that everyone who knows how to get votes knows how to administer a city or a state. When we are ill, we do not ask for the handsomest physician, or the most eloquent one. All men are by nature equal, made all of the same earth by one workman, and however we deceive ourselves, as dear unto God is the poor peasant as the mighty prince. The price of apathy towards public affairs is to be ruled by evil men. They deem him their worst enemy who tells them the truth. For a man to conquer himself is the first and noblest of all victories. Ignorance, the root and the stem of every evil. There are three classes of men: lovers of wisdom, lovers of honor, and lovers of gain. Opinion is the medium between knowledge and ignorance. To love rightly is to love what is orderly and beautiful in an educated and disciplined way. Knowledge becomes evil if the aim be not virtuous. Better a little which is well done, than a great deal imperfectly. Dictatorship naturally arises out of democracy, and the most aggravated form of tyranny and slavery out of the most extreme liberty. No human thing is of serious importance. Let parents bequeath to their children not riches, but the spirit of reverence. Until philosophers are kings, or the kings and princes of this world have the spirit and power of philosophy, and political greatness and wisdom meet in one, and those commoner natures who pursue either to the exclusion of the other are compelled to stand aside, cities will never have rest from their evils, no, nor the human race, as I believe, and then only will this our state have a possibility of life and behold the light of day. For neither does wealth bring honor to the owner, if he be a coward. Of such a one the wealth belongs to another, and not to himself. Nor does beauty and strength of body, when dwelling in a base and cowardly man, appear comely, but the reverse of comely, making the possessor more conspicuous, and manifesting forth his cowardice. A fit of laughter, which has been indulged to excess, almost always produces a violent reaction. Hereditary honors are a noble and a splendid treasure to descendants. They do certainly give very strange, and newfangled, names to diseases. To the rulers of the state then, if to any, it belongs of right to use falsehood, to deceive either enemies or their own citizens, for the good of the state, and no one else may meddle with this privilege. The knowledge of which geometry aims is the knowledge of the eternal. There must always remain something that is antagonistic to good. No trace of slavery ought to mix with the studies of the free-born man. No study, pursued under compulsion, remains rooted in the memory. Beauty of style and harmony and grace and good rhythm depend on simplicity, I mean the true simplicity of a rightly and nobly ordered mind and character, not that other simplicity which is only a euphemism for folly. And we must beg Homer and the other poets not to be angry if we strike out these and similar passages, not because they are unpoetical, or unattractive to the popular ear, but because the greater the poetical charm in them, the less are they meet for the ears of boys and men who are meant to be free, and who should fear slavery more than death. Again, truth should be highly valued. If, as we were saying, a lie is useless to the gods, and useful only as a medicine to men, then the use of such medicines should be restricted to physicians. Private individuals have no business with them. We ought to fly away from earth to heaven as quickly as we can, and to fly away is to become like God, as far as this is possible, and to become like Him is to become holy, just, and wise. Plato is my friend, Aristotle is my friend, but my greatest friend is truth. States are as the men, they grow out of human characters. Knowledge which is acquired under compulsion obtains no hold on the mind. Those who intend on becoming great should love neither themselves or their own things, but only what is just, whether it happens to be done by themselves or others. The orators and the despots have the least power in their cities, since they do nothing that they wish to do, practically speaking, though they do whatever they think to be best. Remember our words, then, and whatever is your aim, let virtue be the condition of the attainment of your aim, and know that without this all possessions and pursuits are dishonorable and evil. Can any man be courageous who has the fear of death in him? A wise man speaks because he has something to say, a fool because he has to say something. Whatever deceives men seems to produce a magical enchantment. I exhort you also to take part in the great combat, which is the combat of life, and greater than every other earthly conflict. The punishment which the wise suffer who refuse to take part in the government, is to live under the government of worse men.